Hey, good morning everyone. Welcome to your 11 a.m. kids yoga practice. All right, I am just trying to see if I can play a little music for you while we're waiting everybody to join in. Hey everyone. So just a reminder, if you're tuning in, this is a kids yoga practice today. So grab your kids. Get a mat for them, and even if they don't have a mat, that's okay. They don't need one. All right, so let's see here. Just while we're waiting, I found some kids' versions of some very popular songs. So you might recognize this. Little Lizzo, but totally kids friendly, okay? So again, if you're jumping in, this is a kids yoga class. It's going to be geared towards kids around the age ranges of 3 to 7, okay? My name is Morgan and I'll be leading this fun practice today. And I'm just going to wait another minute or so before we get started. And if you want, while you're waiting, if you want to do a little dancing to the music, you most surely can. Do not be afraid to do that at all. Hi, welcome everyone, welcome. All right, I'm going to go ahead and turn the comments off. And again, just a reminder, this is a practice designed and created for all of the kids at home out there. Now, the age range of this practice is going to be a little more around the age range of 3 to 7, but definitely any kids can participate that want to join in and learn about some yoga poses and have a little fun while doing it, okay? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and pause the music. And we'll get started. My name is Morgan, and I'll be taking you on your yoga adventure today. All right, so I think we just gotta let's get a few little shakes out here before we get seated. Now, I always like to start the practice. If you did it last time, you might remember, with some magic words and a special question for you. But before we come down, we gotta get some shakes out. So let me see you shake your arms, shake your arms, shake your arms, shake your arms. Then let me see you shake your legs, shake your legs, shake your legs, shake your legs. Then how about those hips? Give them a little swing, side to side, side to side. And how about the head, little shake of the head and the shoulders, shoulders. And then let's take that shake all the way down, all the way down, all the way down to the ground. All right, find your comfortable seat. So if you want to sit crisscross applesauce, you can. If you like to sit up on your shins, this is okay. If you like to sit with your legs out, stretched in front of you, that's okay too. So find whatever feels comfortable for your body. I think I'm gonna try sitting on my shins today. All right, so if this is your very first time, welcome. And if you took the practice last week, well then welcome back. All right, so last week we started first with our special type of breathing, because remember, we breathe all day anyways, right? But in yoga, we use breath in a really special way. It helps us become more focused. It can help us become calm, but sometimes it can also give us a lot of energy so that we can take this adventure together. Okay, so let's do the breathing exercise that we did last week. All right, so remember we picked our favorite flower. Last week, I think mine was a lily, but I think this week I'm gonna make mine a rose. I've been taking some walks this week and I've seen some really beautiful roses blooming in people's gardens. I've even been able to smell a rose or two, and they just smell so incredible. So I'm gonna pick a white rose today, but you can pick any flower you want, and you can make it any color you want, okay? No limits in your imagination. You get to choose. So maybe you're gonna pick a green daisy. How about a teal violet? All right, so did you pick your flower? And if you need help picking a flower, maybe if your mom or dad or brother or sister, or you have an aunt or uncle around, grandma or grandpa, maybe they can help you pick a flower if you're not sure which one to pick for yourself. All right, does everybody have their flower in one hand? And then remember, we also get to have our own birthday candle, because every day we get to celebrate ourselves, all right? Because we're special, and so why not have a little birthday candle for ourselves today? Okay, so we have our flower in one hand. Mine is the white rose today. And then we have our birthday candle in the other hand. And maybe your birthday candle is a special color too. Is it tall or is it short? Is it a really big birthday candle? Maybe you have 5 birthday candles in your hand. All right, so we're gonna start by smelling our flower, and then we're gonna blow out our birthday candle. All right, smell your flower, and then blow out your candle. Let's do that a few more times. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Okay, one more of those. Smell the flower. Smells so good. And then blow out the birthday candles. All right, now set your flower down and just go ahead and throw your birthday candles up into the sky where they float away high above us. And now we're going to try that breathing just on our own, without our flower candle in hand, okay? So breathe in through your nose, and then breathe out through your mouth. Okay, do that again. Breathe in through your nose, and breathe out through your mouth. Okay, now breathe in through your nose. Okay, now through your nose, breathe out. Do that again, through the nose. Breathe out through the nose. Okay, now how do you feel after doing that breathing? I know it makes me feel very relaxed in my mind, but very energized in my body. It makes me ready to focus on what's coming next, which is choosing our magical words for the week. Okay? So, last time we talked about picking magical words that make us feel very powerful and strong. And last week, my magical words were I am strong. Okay? Do you remember what yours was for last week? Maybe you've been saying it during this whole week to yourself. Well, now we get to choose new magical words. Okay, so we'll still say I am, but now pick something different. All right, so maybe today, I think I'm gonna pick I am hopeful. So that way, sometimes when things seem a little hard, and I say those magical words to myself, I am hopeful, then things don't seem quite as bad anymore. And maybe it lets me see something positive in what sometimes seems like it might be kind of a bad situation. Like, we all have to stay at home right now, and for some of us, that might seem like not such a great situation. But what's something really positive that has come during this time? You've probably been able to spend more time with your parents. Maybe you've been able to read more. Maybe you've been able to play with your brothers or your sisters more. So for me today, I am hopeful. And again, if you're not sure what to pick, let me offer some words for you, but you can also ask someone that's with you and maybe they can help you pick something too. So you could pick, I am brave. How about, I am excited? So if you're doing any schoolwork or you have to do some reading or maybe you have to do the dishes, you can still say to yourself, I am excited, and find something fun in anything that you have to do. How about, I am relaxed, or I am calm. Okay, so I'm going to give you just another moment to pick your magical words. Remember, these are very, very powerful, so pick something that feels very good for you to pick. Okay, you got your word? Okay, let's say it all together, but you say your word and I'll say mine. All right, you ready? I am hopeful. Okay, say yours again. I am hopeful. Okay, let's say it again. I am hopeful. Now, I want you to close your eyes and I want you to say that silently to yourself. I want you to feel it inside of your heart. All right, we're going to say it 3 times just silently to yourself. Ready? Here we go. Did you say it 3 times? I did. That sure makes me feel really good to have those magical words to say to myself. Okay, and any time that you feel maybe a little scared or a little sad or maybe you feel angry, anything at all, know that you can always use those magical words to help you at any time. All right, and now we have your question for the day. All right, so last week I asked you, what do you feel happy about? Or what makes you feel happy? Today, I want to ask you, what is your favorite animal? So I know you're saying, but I don't have just one. There's so many cool animals in the world. That's okay. I have several also. But today, let's pick just one. And I want you to either out loud to yourself, or if you have someone else in the room with you, or maybe someone that you get to see later today, I want you to be able to tell them one reason why that's your favorite animal. So I think I am going to pick. My favorite animal is a lynx. Have you ever heard of a lynx before? They're cats, and most of the time they live in areas that get a little bit colder. And they have big, big fluffy paws, and they have pointy ears with little pieces of fur that stick up off their ears. And that's my favorite animal because they're just so majestic. And it's not often that you get to see them. They're kind of secretive too. They like to keep themselves safe and try not to go around too many humans. So my favorite animal is the lynx. And I like the lynx because I think they're majestic, and I also like that they have such big paws to help them track through the snow and in the mountains where they live. What's your favorite animal? Maybe oh look, I have one on my shirt, a giraffe. How about an elephant? Elephants are really, really kind to their young. They always take care of them really well, and they live in families together. So what's your favorite animal today? And then just one reason why. All right, and if you get to see someone later, maybe you can share with them what your favorite animal is. All right, so it's time now. We have our magical words. We had our question for the day. Now we get to start moving our body and making some shapes, maybe even making the shape of some animals in our body. Maybe you'll come across your favorite animal as we're taking this journey together. All right, so if you're not seated crisscross applesauce, let's go ahead and do that. All right. Let's first start by bringing just a little bit of warmth into our body by rubbing your hands together, and maybe it starts to sound like the rain as you rub the hands together. All right, and then take your hands down and start to circle your spine all the way around. I like to imagine that I'm in a big bowl of chocolate pudding, and I'm trying to make sure that I make a nice big circle so I can get all the pudding off of the sides of the bowl. Okay, and then make sure we circle in the other direction all the way around, all the way around. All right, now let's take a paintbrush in one hand, pick a color, and then we're gonna paint the sky above us with that paintbrush and the color. All right, and then take the paintbrush back, up and all the way over. All right, take your paintbrush in your other hand and pick a different color. Here we go. I'm gonna paint my sky. Let's see, I think I did pink last time. So this time I'm gonna paint my sky orange all the way up and over. And do that again, all the way up and over. All right, let's do some neck stretches. So circle your head nice and gentle, all the way around in one direction and all the way around in the opposite direction. Do that one more time, nice and gentle. Circle the neck all the way around and then all the way back around in the opposite direction. All right, now let's roll on to our backs. I think this is one of my favorite things to do. Roll back, stick your legs and arms up in the air, and then go ahead, circle the wrist, circle your ankles all the way around, both directions. And maybe you want to wiggle out your fingers, wiggle out your toes, move them around, All right, and then hug your legs in, give yourself a nice little squeeze if you want to rock side to side. That feels so nice in the low back, doesn't it? All right, so here we go. Rock all the way back up to a seat. All right, and let's come up to stand. If you have a mat, go ahead, stand up on your mat, or just stand up wherever you are. So, do you remember last week that we started our journey with giving some thanks to different things that provide a lot for us? So, our sun salutations, saying hello, giving thanks, and also waking our body up. So I want you to imagine that you've walked outside of your house and you're standing in a really nice, beautiful garden filled with the flower that you picked today for our breathing exercise. And up above you is the bright sun, and it brings warmth to our body, and it even helps those beautiful flowers to grow. And down below you is soft grass underneath your feet, the earth, which allows those beautiful flowers to grow, and that it also helps grow food that we put in our bodies so we can stay healthy and strong. So we have the beautiful sun above and the soft ground below. And then between those two things, we have ourselves, okay? So for our sun salutations, we say thank you to the sun, we say thank you to the earth, and we say thank you to ourselves. All right, so let's all do that together. All right, bring your feet together, reach your arms up high to the sky, and if you're inside, that's okay. Imagine the sun up above you and say, thank you, sun. And then fold all the way over, touch the ground, and say, thank you, earth. And then stand all the way back up. Bring your hands right down onto your heart and say, thank you to myself. Okay, we're gonna do a few of those together. You ready? Reach your arms up. Thank you, sun. Fold all the way over. Thank you, earth. Come all the way back up. Bring your hands onto your chest and say thank you to myself. All right, let's take 3 more together. Before we start, can you say your magical words again? I am hopeful. All right, and with those magical words, let's take 3 more sun salutations. Reach up. Thank you, sun. Fold all the way over. Thank you, earth. Come all the way back up. Bring your hands onto your chest. Thank you to myself. All right, let's make this one really loud. Reach all the way up. Thank you, sun. Fold all the way over. Thank you, earth. Come all the way back up. Hands down. Thank you to myself. Now let's make this one really quiet. Reach all the way up. Thank you, sun. Fold all the way over. Thank you, earth. Come all the way back up. Thank you to myself. All right, good job on your sun salutations. Now, we warmed the body up, got it moving, so now we're ready to go on our nature walk. So we're gonna see some of the same things that we saw last week, but this week we might see a few new things as well. So make sure you're really paying attention to all of the things that we discover along the way. So we're already outside in our garden. We said our sun salutations, and now let's take a step out of the garden. And this was the first thing that we saw last week. Way, way in the distance. Maybe last week it might have still had some snow on top of it. Don't know if it does anymore. Maybe it's starting to have a bit more greenery across the top. But we see in the distance, big mountains. So let's be a mountain. Stand up nice and tall and strong. Remember, mountains are mighty and strong, right? There's a lot of life that lives on the mountains. So, standing as your mountain, what do you see that lives on your mountain? Birds. Maybe do you see a mountain lion walking down on the ground? Do you see any rabbits? Are they running around on the mountain? And if you're at the very, very top of your mountain, do you feel a cool breeze blowing across you? Now, from our mountain, if we look down just a little bit lower, we might see something else that's pretty tall, a tree. So place your hands on your hips. All right, so remember, our trees, this also means that we have to balance as well. So we have to be very focused. So open one knee out to the side. Okay, put your foot on your other leg. All right, maybe today your tree is a little bit wobbly. That's okay. What are your magic words? I am hopeful. So I am hopeful that today I might be a little more balanced in my tree. Okay, so we're standing in our tree, and trees, most of them have branches, don't they? So we've got to grow. We've got to create branches. What do your branches look like today? Are they straight up? Are some hanging out to the sides? Is one up and one down low? Do they wrap down and twist around? All right, now come out of your tree and let's do the other side. Because in yoga, when we do one side of the body, we have to do the other. All right, so let's find our tree. Open your opposite leg out. And maybe if you have somebody that's practicing with you and you still feel a little bit wobbly, maybe you can put your hand out, place your hands together, and see if that helps you balance a little more. Do you know what extends from the bottom of the tree down into the ground? Roots. And those roots help a tree grow tall and strong. So you could imagine that the person next to you is a part of your roots and they're helping you to grow tall and strong. Yeah, to be a mighty tree. Really good job. Okay, place your feet down, arms beside you. Now, in our tree, often we see birds living in the trees. So, let's be our bird. All right, remember, we gotta start with the bird in the nest, wrapped up, wings tucked in, okay? And then they kind of perch there on the branch, don't they? So let's see if we can do a little more balancing, okay? Put one leg over the other, just like you're the bird, sitting on the branch of your tree, watching all the people walk by. And now we're gonna let our birds fly. So unwrap your wings, lift your leg up. And now today, let's fly through the air. Sweep the arms back, send the leg back. We're soaring through the air. What do you see below you? Trees and mountains, flowers. Okay, and then come all the way back up and let's land back down. Okay, now remember, we just did one side of the body, so let's do the other. Okay, wrap the other arm around, hold on to your shoulders, tuck your wings in, bring one leg up and over, okay? Your bird is resting in its tree, and then it's time to fly. Unwind the wings, lift up, and now let's soar, fly through the air. This is my favorite part. I like to pretend that I'm flying over rivers and valleys, and I get to see some snow, and then I make it out to the ocean and I land on the beach. All right, so we just flew through the air. We saw so many things down below us. Do you remember some of those animals that we saw last time? How about a cat and a cow? Maybe they're on a farm together. I think that's where we'd see a cat and a cow. So let's just for a moment imagine that our birds flew and landed us on a farm. All right, and so there's some little cats running around in the pasture and there's some cows eating grass. So let's come on down and let's make our cat and our cow. All right, so round through the spine, and what does the cat say? Meow. And then lift the chest up, and what does the cow say? Moo. All right, round, let's be the cat. Meow. And then lift the chest up, and cow. Moo. And then you also might see maybe a dog running around on a farm. So how about a downward dog? Okay, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up in your downward dog. And what does the dog say? Ruff, ruff, ruff. And maybe it's barking because it sees something slithering on the ground down below it. Lower the knees down. Come down onto your stomach. It just saw a little cobra slithering through the grass. All right, now the cobra, the snake, stays down low while it's moving, and then it lifts its head up and says, "Tss." And then it goes back down and it hides in the grass, and then it lifts its head up and says, "Tss." Okay, one more of those. Lift your head up and tss. All right, and now maybe the snake has slithered all the way down to a river. And going across the river, we see a bridge. All right, so lie down on your back and let's be the bridge for the water to pass underneath us. So press your feet down, lift your hips up, and now we're the bridge and there's water just flowing underneath us. And then lower the bridge down, okay? And then looks like there might be a little sailboat coming down the river. So lift the hips up, let the boat pass underneath you, and lower down. Now let's be the boat. So come all the way up. All right, so you're gonna sit on your bum, and then hold on to your legs, okay? And then lift the feet up, lift the chest up, and reach your fingers forward. Now we're in a boat pose. So now we're the boat, just cruising down along this river. All right, and then let's dock at shore for just a moment. Let our boat rest. Maybe we need to get some more supplies on our boat. And then let's go back out on our boat. And let's go down the river a little bit further. Lift the feet up. Reach the arms out. What else do you see while you're on your boat in the river? You see the sandy shores beside us. Maybe we see some fish jumping in the water. So let's be a little fish. Now, you're gonna bend your knees, okay? And then you're gonna twist all the way around to one side. So this is kind of like the fish jumping up out of the water, doing a little spin in the air and then landing back down in the water. All right, so we're gonna do a little jump up out of the water. So our arms are gonna reach up. We're the fish exploding out of the water. And then we're gonna land back down with a little twist to the other side. Okay, let's do that one more time. Reach all the way up and twist as you splash back into the water. Okay, and then let's do the other side one more time. Be the fish that's jumping up out of the water and all the way back down. All right, coming back into center. We might see above us something that has wings, and it's not a bird. We've already done our bird, but it has wings and different patterns and colors and designs on it. Did you say a butterfly? So bring your feet together, hold on to your shins, and then just let your wings flap. So a butterfly just floating down above the river, and just kind of floating on the cool breeze. And then my favorite thing to do in this pose is just fold forward over my legs, letting your butterfly just land and letting your whole body relax. Okay, come all the way back up. And now it's time to lay down on our backs. Okay, and to do one more breathing exercise. So go ahead and lie down. Okay, put your hands on your belly and imagine that you have a balloon in your tummy. Take a big breath in, fill up the balloon, open your mouth, exhale, let your balloon deflate. Let's do that again. Big breath in, fill all the way up, open the mouth, exhale. One more time. Breathe in, fill up, open your mouth, exhale. Now, place your arms down beside you, and I want you to imagine after this journey that we took, up to the mountains, down to a farm, into the river, that we've now made it back into our own garden filled with flowers. And I also want you to imagine that your favorite animal, remember the animal that we picked at the very beginning, is there with you in your garden. Close your eyes and just imagine that as you're laying there on the soft grass, your favorite animal is sitting right beside you. And we're going to say our magic words one more time. So one time, let's say them out loud together, and one time you're just going to say it silently to yourself. So, I am hopeful. And now say it silently to yourself. Okay, and then get as still as you can. The more still you become, the longer your favorite animal will sit with you and will be still right beside you. Okay, stretch your arms up overhead. Okay, bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little hug. And then rock all the way up. Have a seat. Have a seat however it feels comfortable for you. I hope you had fun on our little yoga journey and adventure today. And maybe today you can share with someone in your house your magic words, your favorite animal, and maybe you can show them one of the yoga poses that you learned. Maybe you'll be able to teach them something new. Okay, now we always close our class with a word that just means thank you. And that word is namaste. Namaste, kids. I hope you had fun today, and I look forward to seeing you again next week for another yoga adventure. Have a really good Thursday. Bye, everyone.